So, Tom, I know that you've trained a lot of people and you've written, 5 books in the last 14 or so years. But I guess the question I have is, what's the difference between you and the Zig Ziglars, Brian Tracy's, Tony Robbins, those kind of motivational speakers?
Well, Scott, I'm flattered to be mentioned in the same breath, frankly, as Zig Ziglar. I consider to be the king. When I first went into sales, I got his program, See You at the Top, and I listened to it until the vinyl wore off. He's extremely realistic about what types of things you need to think about attitude-wise, and I just felt really comfortable with a lot of the messages he had. I since have also been to programs by Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy, and those folks for years have been helping people, motivating people and empowering people to be more effective. I don't think of myself as a motivational speaker. I do speak to audiences and large audiences and such. I would call myself a teacher, more of a teacher. And I guess that's because here's what I believe. When I was a salesperson and I went to one of these sessions and whether it was one of the big names or somebody else, and we got all juiced up and excited, and you see somebody who's climbed Mount Everest and get excited. I went back to my phones and I was supercharged, highly enthusiastic, ready to conquer the world, and I started making calls and I got rejected, and I made calls and I got rejected, and I made calls and I got rejected.
Right.
And I made calls, and I drove home, and the next day, that motivation was somewhere so far away that I thought, well, that was fun. I mean, I enjoyed listening to it. Or I would listen to a set of tapes, and I'd get all excited, and I'd hit the phones. I'd go have a call, and it wouldn't go well, and the motivation would just wear off. And so what I figured out was, it used to be that sales managers and organizations let's try to motivate our people, and then they'll sell more and they'll be more effective. And what in fact is true is the exact opposite. Is if you can teach people how to sell more and show them how to be more effective, they'll get excited. I mean, it's fun to win. And so what I do is instead of trying to get people juiced up in the hopes that they'll figure out how to be more effective, all 5 books that I wrote, and the new one coming out, which is essentially called Sell Yourself First, is a direct commentary on what a salesperson can do to have an unfair advantage over the competition. And if you achieve that, you'll be excited. It's fun to make the next call. It's fun to plow ahead when you think you're going to win or you have a 4 out of 5 chance. And so I'm a speaker. I'm a trainer. Am I mentioned in the same breath with them? Boy, that's a real compliment. But don't call me a motivational speaker unless that's the result of causing people to be more effective.